to Terrible Football Show.
Hopefully you're having an incredible day today, whatever day you are watching or perhaps listening to this podcast at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sparky3. Terrible Football Show, episode 22. This is a very important episode because it's the end of the season, boys.
Yep.
This is actually it.
Last episode of the season, and then also no more football for months and months and months.
Yep. We lost internet again, so you'll have to use your phone to get the script, but
That's fine.
it's all good. We adapt and overcome. That's what we do here. We're a Terrible Football Show. But yeah, this is it, boys. The end of season one. You know what? Hey, we made it a full season. It went longer than our last show attempt that we did last year, or in 2020.
What, 10?
We didn't even make it a 10. I think we only made it like 6 episodes.
Well, yeah, because we did all the divisions or something.
Yeah, exactly. So we made it a full season, 22 episodes. Boys, I think we need to give ourselves a round of applause. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Good job, boys. We made it. We made it.
I was here for like 15 of them, but you know.
Hey, it don't matter. We made it.
It was like 11, 12,
we made it as a
13.
team. We made it as a team. That's what's important.
Whatever 22 minus 8 is, it's that number. So it'd be 11.
Exactly. Now,
Same here, because I missed like damn near 2 months.
True.
that is true. did miss some episodes, but that is okay. We adapt and overcome. We pull stuff back up now on my phone since I lost internet again. These clowns out here, man, I don't know what they're doing. They need to get it together.
They're just trying to get paid.
I know.
You mess something up, you got to get paid because you got to keep doing it. You know?
Right. Well, obviously, with this episode, we're going to be talking everything involving the Super Bowl. We have the award winners, Hall of Fame class, of course. We have some other news popping out involving drama in Arizona. Lots to talk about there. The drama in Miami as well. That's actually a very interesting topic.
Very interesting.
That is very, very interesting. And then, of course, the stuff with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and the news that's coming out of that, because that's some interesting stuff there, too. Lots of questions to talk about there. Honestly, with the Super Bowl, we have like what, 10 different topics that just come out of the Super Bowl alone. It's a big episode.
Also, don't forget, 2 days before the Super Bowl, SEC had meetings with coaches and the SEC commissioner. Auburn's going to be retaining Brian Harsin.
Yeah.
Even after all that drama.
Yeah, I know. That's a wild situation, too. We
Yeah.
got a lot of wild stuff going on right now in the world of football, don't we? We're going to be talking about it all here today. So some quick plugs here. Number one, first and foremost, with this being the end of season one, you feel like we worked pretty hard. We're going to take a break next week, recoup a little bit. We'll be back. Episode 23 will come out on March 3rd. That episode kicking off season 2 of A Terrible Football Show. We kind of already have our roadmap set up for recording wise here for the off season. We're going to talk about that here in a moment as well. We also have our website, sparky3.com. Go check out the website. All 3 of us have put out version 1 of our mocks. I just finally got mine out. I was the last one here.
Always.
Yep, last one. Hey, better late than never, right? Finally got it out, so make sure you go check that out for sure. We'll be talking more about mocks starting with the next episode. Looks like internet's back, so it just popped up for me on my laptop, so it should pop up for you. We also have the merch store, sparky3shop.com. A Terrible Football Show merch is on the way. Please be patient on that. I promise it's on the way. We also have our Discord. You can join on the link down in the description below, and as well as go follow us at socials, Terrible FB Show, as well check out the other shows like GameStech, Anime Plus, and talk about movies and stuff. All right, so with the recording schedule, I feel like it's good for the listeners to kind of know what to expect. I feel like that's pretty fair. So one thing that we like to do at Sparky 3 here is we like clean numbers. That's how we roll. We like good, clean numbers to finish stuff off. Obviously, we didn't necessarily do that here. But if you follow like GameStatic or Animan Plus, then like let's say last year, ended Animan Plus episode 60, good clean number. Ended GameStatic with 69, good, very good clean number
Nice.
there. Started off 2022 with episode 70, clean number to start, clean number to finish last year, good shit.
What's that meme? Noise.
Yeah, exactly. So we like clean numbers here. So with that, we do have a episode number in mind to end season 2 next year in 2023. So with that, got to plan out some breaks and stuff, of course, to kind of get us to that number. So, we talked about it. We kind of have a schedule set up now where, we're taking off next week for sure. We'll be back the first week of March. I think the current schedule is 2 weeks on. We'll take a week off in March in the middle of it, 2 weeks back on, and then we're back on until after the draft. Every week, we'll be hitting it every week until the beginning of, I think the first week of May is the last episode. and then we're going to be on break until August. Yeah, we'll be, at the end of the day, there's not a lot popping off in football. I mean, we can talk about training camp and stuff, and we'll still be doing some content for a Terrible Football Show. You can go check it out at the website, sparky3.com. You can sign up for free. We definitely appreciate that, and you can definitely see some extra stuff that we'll put out during that time frame. But for a Terrible Football Show, that will be our break period. I mean, ultimately, I think once I tallied it up for this entire year of 2022, I think it's like 14 weeks off, which is not far-fetched because on GameStack and Min Plus, we have scheduled 12 breaks each for the whole year. So it's really not that far. It just happens to be in one large window because, again, we don't really have anything going on. I know, Shane, you were talking about maybe taking some time off as well. Just kind of works out there. That's part of my busy season, so it works out for me work-wise. So, yeah, that's just something to expect. But, again, we'll still do something, especially at the website. We'll still do something.
But still be on the lookout. We do have possible things in the works with the drafts. Could be a special going on. Could not be.
Yep.
We're going to be working out those kinks as well to see if we can get that done.
I would love to do like a live stream of the first round. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, get live reactions. Get what we thought. Were our final mock drafts right? If they were or not, who do you think that they should have picked instead of him? Was it a good pick, bad pick? I think it'd definitely be interesting. Definitely be something different. So
yeah, for sure. That is something that we're 100% going to take a look at. So definitely keep your eye out for that. Keep an eye out for all of our respective Twitters as well as the show's Twitter. We'll be tweeting more about it, and we'll be talking about it too. Because like I said, for this off season. Like I said, the next week and then 1 week in March is really the only time we have off because, we're going to gear up for free agency starting in March. A lot of shit popping off there. And then, draft talk all throughout April, leading up to the last week of April for the draft.
And then, even after the draft, leading up into training camp, there's going to be trades and still signings going on. So that's where the part comes in where you can kind of watch out for Twitters and the website.
Website for sure, yeah.
Because we'll be updating as we get stuff coming along. So
Yeah, for sure. It's just, for the regular show, at the end of the day, this is not a sports show. This is a football show. And I'm going to stand by that just because me personally, while I can't speak for these two guys, I'm like, I don't have enough passion for other sports, to really drive myself to a show about it.
Nobody cares about curling and cricket.
Yeah, shut up, Tyler.
As I'm an in general sports fan, I follow all sports. Yeah. Football is where I'm most passionate about.
Yeah,
so that's why
exactly, and that's where it leads to a podcast because we're passionate enough to do the show. So I don't want to go through the summer just dragging episodes. You
don't want to talk about USFL.
Man, no one's going to watch that. Let's be real. No one's going to watch that,
I looked up the schedule. There is one game the first week, and that's the only schedule.
No. Okay. I'll pay attention to it. We'll see how it goes. But, it's not the football everyone knows and loves. You know what I mean? That's college and pro. So, I don't know. I'll be looking forward to time off. I'm sure you boys will be as well. Good break.
Depending on taxes and how job goes, I really want to make I know during probably that week off in March that we have, leading into the draft, I'm probably going to go to New York that week. And then June, July, or whatever that week we end up taking off. I want to take another vacation, probably like Florida or something. So,
right. Oh, and also I know one thing that I would like to do probably sometime in March, maybe I don't know what episode. I'll let you boys talk about. I would really like to see you two guys do an episode without me 1 week, just for fun. Shane, me and you can do it fine. Tyler, me and you can do it fine. Just let's see you two do it.
That's totally fun.
I think it'd be cool.
Just the thing is, who's going to be the man under control though?
Well,
who's going to be in the big man seat over there?
That's a good
you
question.
Said in March.
I would say you, Shane. No offense, Tyler, but you get stressed out, man.
I like my monitors here, dog.
Shane, you get the big man chair. I'm passing off to you. I feel like you get too stressed, Tyler. No offense.
Yeah, I like these whatever's behind me.
Disc plates. They're here over here too.
Not like what they are. I don't really.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know a single thing behind you.
Mr. Bubbles sounds familiar, but
that's BioShock. That one's Final Fantasy.
I ain't gonna lie, that one looks
coming
fancy.
out.
The movie from Netflix.
Netflix coming out with the BioShock movies, and super interested in watching that.
I'm interested, but I'm also very, very
hesitant.
afraid. Yeah, exactly.
Video game movies have not gone well.
The most recent flop right now is looking like Uncharted. It's setting like a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know. I think the movie's going to pop off.
I think it's going to be.
I think once it hits theaters and people actually watch it, it's going to be good.
Look, this is my take on it. and this is coming from someone obviously who's not played the Uncharted games, but I know very little about them, right? I think the movie is going to be a fun movie, but if like you're a diehard fan of the games, I feel like you're gonna fucking hate this movie.
I agree.
Because from what I've understand, like they've literally combined multiple aspects of the first 3 games into one movie. So that's pretty sketchy to me.
I agree because I think they're trying to make it a game that's based on the game, but still set for the theatrical. If you're completely not knowing what Uncharted is, you can still go and enjoy the movie.
Right. Also, more big news coming out of video game movies. In the most low-key way possible, we got the announcement for Sonic the Hedgehog movie 3, baby, and I'm so fucking excited about it. They just put up a tweet about it. That's it. Like, just a tweet from, like, the president of Sega. It's like, the Sonic, the theatrical third movie is in active development, as well as a Paramount Plus series and a Paramount Plus series of a spinoff starring Knuckles. And I'm just like, you're telling me this is just like a low-key tweet? This is awesome. Let's go.
Which, I mean, you said it's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie part 3, and part 2's not even out yet. Right?
Yeah, I know. It's coming out soon. Hey, the first movie was fucking hype as shit.
I watched the first one like a month ago. I ain't gonna lie.
It's so good.
The first one was super good.
It was.
I really liked
I love that movie, bro. I want you to know as well. Like, it was me, Zach, and John that all went to go see the movie, and like when Sonic popped up on screen, me and Zach absolutely was in full-blown tears and lost it. And I think the rest of the theater, like while they got a laugh out of it, I don't think they understood the weight of that meme making it into the movie, because only me and Zach were just losing our fucking minds. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, also another announcement I feel like we probably missed on. I'm great at what I do. With the start of season 2, we are officially going to video. Going to video format.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's
We're
up?
on video.
Yeah. We're going to be on video. It's going to be great. So look forward to that.
Might have to cut the beard a little bit, you know.
I mean, do you see mine? Like, you'll be all right.
It was funny. I saw.
Yeah, I can see it now. I gotta block the lights out.
I saw this meme on Twitter. It might have been Facebook, but it said every podcast has these 3 different type of people.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, yep, that's Tyler. Okay, yep, that's me. Yep, that's Alex. God damn it, they're right.
You'll have to find that and send that to me. I want to see what it is. But yeah, so that's an exciting step for this podcast, as being the only show that's been audio only for a few different reasons that doesn't need to be discussed or anything. But stepping up into video format, that's pretty legit. I'm ready for it. It's gonna be a good time. It's just going to be better for the YouTube audience. That's where the majority of the audience is anyway for us. So for us actually being in video format, it's going to be pretty legit. I'm here for it. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, now they can actually see what we look like other than a little picture.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, speaking of the picture, is there anything that you would like to address, Tyler?
It is what it is.
I want you to address this publicly. I want you to make an official announcement right now. Because it's like that. It's like that meme that you would share like every year at the start of the new year, where it's like, start of the new year, say your teams right now, so no one can call you a bandwagon. That's what I want you to do right now. I want you to make an official announcement.
Well, Penn State's always gonna be there.
That's fair.
Arkansas State, you gotta figure the shit out, because they're going back to the old Arkansas State, and I'm not liking it. They're still top 5. Okay.
Okay, it's fair. That's fair to have.
They're still in my heart,
right?
But for purposes alone, the Cowboys of Wyoming are my number 2 team. 1B is what I would call them.
1B.
Change it on the graphic.
1B.
Did you see that I did change it on the graphic last week?
It was nice. It was nice. I want it to be a little bit bigger because their logo is a little tiny.
It is. Yeah.
Like, somebody will not be able to look at it and be like, huh, that's Wyoming.
Regardless.
Nobody knows Wyoming, though.
But say regardless, they may be like, who the fuck is that?
Right.
Brown buffalo.
Like, what's up with this D7 school?
Oh, basically, dude.
They're nice, though. They're nice. Didn't win a Super Bowl this year, but Penn State got 2 guys winning the Super Bowl. Logan Wilson kind of cost them that with the he wanted to reach around and grab a dude man's belly.
Stu Man's belly.
Yeah, all right,
third and 8.
Let's jump into it, guys, with the Super Bowl, because we do have a lot of topics involved in this. So first and foremost, obviously, Rams win 23-20. Shout out to the Los Angeles Rams there. For me personally, I was very split on this game. I think the way I put it a few weeks back is like I would say like 51% Rams, 49% Bengals, just because of Stafford, being older. Let's get him his ring, whatever. Burrow, you got plenty of time. Go away. Let's get Stafford his ring. So that's kind of where I was split on it. How did you guys feel about the game? I thought it was a really fun game to watch beginning to end, in my opinion. I was having a great time, and I will say, I guess because I wasn't like hard set on a team, I was having a great time the whole game. Oh, yeah. Like the whole game was great for me.
Yeah, it was same. I ended up couldn't find a party to go to, so me and my dad just kind of chilled at the house and watched it. And he was going for the Bengals hardcore because of Brennan Allen and Razorback ties or whatever. So it got kind of not really annoying, but tedious listening to him bitch and argue about the game. But as far as me, I really enjoyed it because, like you said, I didn't really care who won. Both of my horses were in the race, so it didn't matter.
You were happy with both.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, I was wanting Matthew Stafford to kind of get it because I thought really this was probably going to be one of his only last chances to get a ring.
Right.
You have a lot of players that are probably not going to be able to come back with the Rams just due to financial issues and finding bigger contracts somewhere else. But as far as that, I really enjoyed the game. I even found myself at the end like, okay, it's 2016 or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that's 36 points. They need 7 points to cover the spread that I needed. So it made it interesting, which they didn't end up covering the over-under, so it hurt. But
it is what it is.
Thankfully, we didn't actually bet money, not yet. Still coming, though.
I would have won, but it's whatever.
I did hit on 2 of the 3 bets, though. I picked the Rams to win, and I had Bengals covering the plus 4.5.
Yeah.
So.
Damn. Well, Cincinnati didn't win. Unfortunate. Odell got a ring. It's all right. But what sucks out of all of that, Jalen Ramsey got a ring.
True.
Yeah, let's talk about that. And Jalen fucking did not have a good game. Like up front,
which really
this is one of his worst games.
Really,
he's ever played.
You got to think of this. This is the way I think of it. Neither top end cornerback from both teams did not play well. Eli Apple did not play well.
Yeah.
And then on the backside, Jalen Ramsey did not play well. Because it's funny because Eli Apple called out Odell. Oh, I'm going to guard him all game. And 2 drives in, Odell's dancing in the end zone.
Yeah,
not looking good for you, my guy. And then Jalen Ramsey. I think he played a little bit better than what people give him credit for because you got to think the 75-yard touchdown pass that probably should have been called for offensive pass interference.
Oh, yeah, the one that the face mask.
Dude grabbed his face
mask. That was
mask.
a face mask grab.
Hey, it's payback for that pass interference against the Saints a couple years ago.
True.
That didn't get called, so karma's a bitch.
True. But in general, yes, he got cooked all day. And I'm here to say, and I'm sure everybody on the internet, I know y'all two agree as well, if Joe Burrow had another literal second to throw the ball,
if he would have had Eli Manning moment,
he would have had another 80 yards on his head because Jamar Chase burnt that man, had him on the ground.
Yeah, Jalen was on the damn ground, dude. That would have been a TD, easy.
That would have been game.
Showed everybody who he really is. Trash.
Yeah.
Should have been talking shit them years ago in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, he let up like 158 yards, I think.
He went Trayvon Diggs on him, ass.
That's true. And then Eli Apple played like garbage too, but that's not surprising. It's Eli Apple. I mean, who does this man think he is? Like, I mean, congratulations, you made it to the pros. All right, I'm just a random podcaster here. Okay, I get it. All right, I know my place, but I mean, like, do you know your place in the league? That's what I want to address here.
Because this is what his 3rd team, right?
3rd or 4th. Drafted by the Giants, went to the Saints, and I don't think he had another. No, I think did he go to the Panthers?
Didn't he also go to the Jets? I thought he went to the Jets.
No, just the Giants. I think he went to the Panthers.
Maybe.
I'll fact check that real quick, but I think this is his. I think it's his 4th team potentially. I also like when it came to that, like when Sean Payton's retirement. Did you guys catch that? Where he's just like, yeah, we're going to be cheering for all of our former players. This guy, this guy, this guy. I guess Eli, because Eli just absolutely trashed New Orleans in every way possible.
Man, that's tough.
But speaking of retirements, let's go ahead and leak into that. Andrew Whitworth
Yes.
officially announced that he retired.
4 teams?
Yes, Panthers was the third. He was there just in 2020.
Oh, damn.
Yep. So this was his first year with the Bengals.
Yes.
No. Second? First?
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Retirement talks.
Yep. So
We got some retirement talks
yep.
happening.
So Andrew Whitworth, I mean, he pretty much announced at the game that he was done.
That one's understandable.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Dude's
It does.
40 years old
Yeah.
playing left tackle or
At a
whatever
high
it is.
level, too.
At a very high level.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Eric Weddle announced he's going to re-retire,
Understandable.
which understandable.
He was coaching his son's football team in November, and now here he is a Super Bowl champion with a torn pec. So, I mean,
Yeah. And then still waiting on word from Aaron Donald.
that one kind of caught everyone off guard when those talks were happening, where it's just like, hey, if he won the Super Bowl, he might walk away.
Yeah, I think Rodney Harrison's the one that broke it, probably about 30 minutes before kickoff. Said that he talked to Aaron and said that if he wins the Super Bowl, he'll seriously consider retiring. So
Retire on top.
So I mean that's surprising. I've also heard words now, right after the draft, not anymore, because I heard now that Sam Bradford's already in talks with contract extension with the Rams. That Matthew Stafford was going to talk about retirement possibly, but now, like I said, he's in talks with a contract extension.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you. Said Sam Bradford.
I did
first.
Sam
I
Bradford.
was
I'm
trying to
sorry.
process that.
Yeah, I was just like, does he mean Stafford? I guess
Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
Sam Bradford's been long
They
gone.
kind of look the same. Stafford, Bradford.
Right.
It is what it is.
and they both wear fucking number 9. So at least in the pros, didn't they?
I think Bradford wore number 9 for, I think it was the
I
Eagles.
thought it was 8.
Well, yeah, he wore 8 for the Rams, but he wore 9 at some point. I just don't remember when. I know
So,
he
that should
wore
always
8
go.
for the Rams and the Vikings, but I think he wore 9 for the Eagles.
Yeah. See, that shit always throws me off. Them two.
Changing numbers, man.
I know.
Messing everybody up.
So let's break this down piece by piece. All right, number 1, Aaron Donald. Okay. I don't personally think he's going to retire, but, if he does, hey, he is retiring on top. I mean, he's been to
He's a Hall of Famer regardless.
Yeah, he is. I mean, 8 years in the league. He's been to the Pro Bowl. All 8 years he's been in the league. He's been an All-Pro 7 of those 8 years. Defensive Player of the Year 3 different times. Now a Super Bowl champion. I mean, he's on the 2010s NFL All-Decade team. Like, dude's got the accolades. He's a Hall of Famer. So if he was to retire, 2-part question here. Number 1, where does this man rank among all defensive players all time, in your opinion? You don't have to give me an exact number. You can say number 1, top 5, top 10, top 15, whatever. So that's the first question. The second part of that question is, where does he rank among his peers of his position all time? So D lineman, if he was to retire, where does he go on? Where does he go?
All time defense, I would probably put him top 15.
I was like about top 10.
I'd say top 15. I'd say D lineman, I'd probably put him a little higher. I'd probably put him in the top 10, maybe top 7.
I was
But
like top 3.
um,
Man's out there cooking.
but yeah, I mean, as far as efficiency goes, I mean, like you said, I mean, this dude in 8 years been all Pro Bowl all 8 years, 7 of the years All Pro, is very efficient. He didn't never have a slump.
Yeah.
Right. It was always consistency of being great, and it was that all 8 years that he's been in the league. So,
I would say, for me personally, for all defensive players of all time, top 15 at the minimum. I would probably say top 10 if I sit down and think about it. For his respective peers and D line, top 5 for sure. I mean, I would have to really sit down and think about it and crunch some numbers. But
Yeah,
I mean, he could be number 1. I'll be real in terms of D lineman.
no,
Yeah,
I
that's why
don't
I
think
put top
anybody
3.
be able to beat what's his name? Yeah, I can't
Lawrence
even.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Well,
Reggie
LT.
White.
Well, LT is. I mean, I consider him more an outside linebacker than. He's just an edge rusher.
And then you got Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, there's if we're talking D lineman, like Mean Joe Green is up there, Reggie White's up there. Those are the two that I think of. There are some older guys like Leroy Salmon, I think's his name. And he's a Hall of Famer for the Bucs, if I remember correctly.
I mean, that's the thing that personally, if I was to come up with a list, I would really have to sit down and just really think about it. But off the top of my head, I would say all-time top 15. I would say top 7 as far as defensive linemen as of right now.
Right. Okay, that's fair. Another big topic that's come out of this quite a bit is involving Matthew Stafford, of course. Is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer now that he has a ring? That is a big, big topic that has come out after this Super Bowl. He didn't get MVP. Obviously, went to Cooper Kupp, who, shout out to him, man. That is the perfect crown to end off his phenomenal season, where he got the triple crown with yards, TDs, and catches, Offensive Player of the Year, now Super Bowl MVP. The only other player to do that is Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice didn't even do it, obviously, within the same year. He just did it over the course of his career. Cooper Kupp did that in one season. So phenomenal season by Cooper Kupp. Well deserving of that MVP. Dude was clutch in the game. Dude was clutch throughout the playoffs. I would definitely give, I think the award is very justified there. It was either going to be him or Aaron Donald. One of the two, hands down.
I think what hurt Stafford's possibilities is the 2 interceptions.
Yeah. But in terms of Stafford's career, now that he's got the ring to show for it, do you guys think that he's going to the Hall of Fame? Do you consider him a Hall of Famer? Because I have my strong opinion on this personally.
So this was mine. So before he even came to the Rams, just looking straight stat wise and what he did with the Lions, I would say yes, just because he was their top player, or if not top 2 player, every single year that he played, right? Mm-hmm. But going to the Rams and seeing him do the things that he did with an actual functioning organization and actually a decent team around him, winning Super Bowl and everything, you would think it'd be easy, yes. But honestly, even though Richard Sherman, I think, is kind of out of, what's the word I'm looking for, kind of not really knowing, I guess. But I think he does have some points. As far as, he's not won an MVP. He's not been in any kind of conversations like that. As far as, analysts, as far as me, I've always thought, especially like this year, he should have been in the conversation. But those specific accolades he's not gotten, right? He's not gotten the all-decade teams. He's not gotten the all-pros, the MVP talks, or anything like that. So that's where it kind of gets debatable. But I think in general, I think he won't be a first ballot or a second ballot, but I think at some point he will be in the Hall of Fame if he was to retire tomorrow. Which, I mean, he's going to continue to play, so we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like it's the Eli Manning debate with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll have some people that's like, hell yeah, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. You got some people that's like, no, he don't even deserve to be on a ballot. Me, I'll vote him in just because, I mean, yeah, he suffered in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, and now he actually got a team. He's showing that he's actually a decent player. I would put him in the Hall of Fame.
Not even decent. I mean, other than his interceptions, which, don't get me wrong, you got to look at Brett Favre. That man has the record for the most interceptions, and he is still in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, look at famous Jameis in about 20 years when he gets on the Hall of Fame.
Oh, come on. Let's pump the brakes now.
What, for the Hall of Fame for the Canadian Football League?
Hey, the crab leg Steelers. Come on now.
Maybe the USFL
or the XFL.
But anyways, so that's where I kind of get it as. That's where kind of my debate, because people say, "Oh no, he's thrown so many interceptions." Well, look at Brett Favre.
Right.
Like, look at what he's done. Like, he has one less Super Bowl than what Brett Favre does. But like I said, what Brett Favre
tied with Brett Favre now. Brett Favre's just been to 2.
But what Brett Favre has over him, though, is those smaller accolades, right?
Yeah.
He has the All-Pros. He has the Pro Bowls. He has the MVP.
The acknowledgements, pretty much.
So that's what I kind of be looking for to significantly guarantee him as a first ballot. But right now, I do say he's in the Hall of Fame, but not as a first ballot.
Yeah.
Or second ballot.
So my take on it is this. He is going to the Hall of Fame, but I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. And the difference in those two statements are he's going to go to the Hall of Fame based on how the Hall of Fame is, right? And this goes back to what you were saying with Richard Sherman, his points. Richard Sherman has a damn good point when it comes to the Hall of Fame, where it's almost like the bar is so low, because the bar is kind of low for the Hall of Fame. I mean, don't get me wrong. All these players that go to the Hall of Fame, they were great players in some capacity, but then there's also going to be, it's just like, you have to figure out that line of just like, when are we really just letting people in versus letting the true greats in? So Stafford's going to the Hall of Fame at some point because, I mean, as of now, I think it was like he's like 11th on yards, 11th on something else.
He's top 15 in all major categories.
Exactly. And by the time he's done, he'll be top 10. You know what I mean? Because it's like right now, because another debate that we can talk about involving this. Now, granted, I know this guy's got an MVP and a couple more Pro Bowls. Is like Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's top 10 in statistics. Is he a Hall of Famer or just the Hall of the Very Good? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, now, is he a Hall of Famer, though? That's where I'm a little conflicted. And I love Stafford. I've been defending him all season long. I love Stafford, and I've loved him going to the Rams and getting a legitimate shot. But, like, when it comes to, like, Richard Sherman's points that he put out there, I got to agree, man. Like, at what point during Stafford's career, and this is coming from a Bears fan that played Stafford twice a year, so it's not like I'm ignoring Stafford, trust me. Like, there is no point throughout his career where I think Stafford was a top 5 quarterback in the league. And I see Richard's point on that.
See, that's where I kind of disagree. I think multiple years, especially in Detroit, besides like the years that he had injuries, which that's kind of will shackle him a little bit too.
Right.
I think almost every year he's been a top 5 quarterback.
Like, I think the year that I would definitely consider him a top 5er was 2011.
And really where my debate comes in with Matt Ryan and Matthew Stafford, if they were to swap teams right now with how they currently are,
right,
would the Rams would win the Super Bowl?
Oh, so if you're saying if Ryan was the Rams,
Ryan was a quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams for this season, would they have been in position?
Yes, I think they would have. Yeah, I really do.
But I also think that if Stafford was with the Falcons, they would have done better than they did.
Right.
So
if you swapped their careers,
so is that really hate on Stafford or is that hate on Ryan? Like, is that diminishing?
I feel like it's just hate on the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel that way too. I think Ryan is he should be a Hall of Famer as far as the numbers go.
Yeah.
Right. And he has those minor accolades that Sherman was talking about. Only thing he is missing is playoff wins and a Super Bowl.
Right.
Which, I mean, we all know the debacle that happened at 28-3. We understand that. But you got to think, when you're in that big kind of game, yes, quarterback has to make the play when it's there. Mm. But his players around him that game stop making plays.
Right. That's true.
It wasn't all on him. It was the entire team. I mean, the defense is the one that allowed them to score over and over and over.
The whole team laid a giant egg.
So it's not really on Matt Ryan there. But I agree. I would put Matthew Stafford above Matt Ryan as of right now, just because of mostly because of this stat right here. He has a lot of game-winning drives. And he plays very well in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And as far as the grades go, clutch is the biggest thing. I mean, look at basketball. Michael Jordan. The whole reason why he's the greatest because he's so clutch. Kobe Bryant, right. He's so good because he's clutch. This man has like 20 touchdowns and 0 picks in the fourth quarter in the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. And that's including with the Lions. And even just this playoff, he had 3 fourth quarter game-winning drives, throwing 12 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Right.
And having like an 80% completion percentage. So that's where my thing comes. I think Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a first ballot. I don't think he's a second ballot. He'll get in there eventually.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be like, 50 or 60 and get in sort of thing. And that's how I see it playing out, personally.
He's going to get just enough votes just to
get in. I mean, we see that every year where we see guys who are dead or, who are like 70 years old and finally get into the Hall of Fame. I think that's going to be Stafford.
He's going to end up taking like somebody where we're like, damn, they're easily Hall of Fame. And he's going to get in and they won't. Like
this year with Devin Hester?
Like this year, 100%.
Devin Hester. Honestly, the people, I mean, I don't really know. I knew like 2 people, maybe 3 from this Hall of Fame class.
Richard Seymour?
I knew Richard Seymour and Dick Vermeil.
You know Boselli?
And who?
Tony Boselli.
Tony Boselli. Those are the 3 that I know. I don't know anybody else. But
I feel like I know Leroy Butler.
Yeah, I knew.
I know the name, but I don't know who he is.
The only ones I did not know is Art McNally. I did not know him, which obviously he's not a player. Sam Mills and Cliff Branch. Everyone else I knew.
But
Yeah.
if you look at the did not make it list, I know
That
every
was-
single one
That
of
was damn near my whole entire Hall of Fame ballot.
I was
right there.
mine too. I was like that. Those guys are first ballot Hall of Famers right there in my opinion. Like, so.
And
you know,
look,
it is what it is.
I feel like this is one of the weaker Hall of Fame classes in years, in my opinion. I'm
100%.
sorry. I mean, these guys are Hall of Famers, sure. You know, hey, shout out. You made it to the Hall of Fame. That's an important thing, and you deserve it. But I feel like you don't all deserve it in one class, taking up an entire class of mediocrity.
What I want to know is who was on the last time they could be on the ballot out of this list. That's what intrigues me,
Right.
because some of them.
Hey, I'm just glad that Tony made it, man. Tony Baselli made it. I'm really happy about that. First Jaguar Hall of Famer. First one.
Damn,
I will say this also.
solid.
That's wild, right? First. And what's even more wild, not only is he the first Jaguar Hall of Famer, that's the first pick that the Jaguars ever made in their franchise history. Think about that.
That's big time.
Isn't that wild? Your very
crazy.
first pick ever, Hall of Famer.
Damn.
I know, it's crazy.
No wonder they're dog shit right now.
They blew their load then.
It's all downhill from there.
Who was the Texans? Was it Mario Williams?
Their very first pick was David. Yep, that was their first pick, David Carr.
Damn.
And I think the year after, that was the 02 draft, so the 03 draft. I think their next first round pick should be Andre Johnson. I think Andre is either 03 or 04 class, and Andre's a Hall of Famer. Let's go ahead and just address
100%.
that. Yeah. So Texans fucked up with the first one, but the second one, in the first round they got right. I think it's Andre Johnson is like their second pick.
But I will say this: T.O. deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
T.O. isn't.
He isn't. Yeah. I thought he missed out on the ballot.
No, he got
No,
in.
he didn't show up.
Yeah, that's what it was. He didn't show
He
up.
didn't want to go.
But he got in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got the jacket. He just didn't go to the
I
ceremony.
guess I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
David Carr, Andre Johnson. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Right on.
Jason Babin. What's up, Mac?
But I will say, in terms of the Devin Hester thing, man, I feel like that is a massive snub. And look, I get it, dude. It's a special teams player. They never get in first. I get it, bro. But like when my take on Devin Hester, and am I a little biased because he's my favorite player of all time? Maybe. Am I a little biased because he's a Miami Hurricane? Maybe. Am I biased because he's a Chicago Bear? Maybe. But listen. When you are the best player at your position in NFL history, you need to go to the Hall of Fame. Flat out, point blank. Because he is the best.
He competed with Dion's numbers returning the ball in pretty much only 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Because people stopped kicking him the ball.
100%. They just would avoid it.
He had maybe 3 or 4 seasons where he had good returns and stuff. Other than that, the rest of his career, they stopped kicking to him. That's why he ended up moving to like a full-time receiver or something like that, right?
Yeah, we moved him to the receiver position like 2010 to 2012. I mean, he was already a receiver position on the roster, but we actually tried to get him more into the playbook 2010, 2012. And then I know when Mark Trestman got the job, which that's a forgettable error for us that I would definitely like to forget. He went to Mark Trestman and basically told him, I only want to return. He wanted to focus on returning. That's it. No receiving.
But even
and then of course he did break the record while he was a Falcon, which is it's kind of ironic considering that was where Dion was drafted. But I mean the best. He is the GOAT, flat out.
He is the greatest returner of all time, and this blows my mind that he pretty much only really did it in like 4 seasons,
I know.
maybe 3.5.
Dude is an absolute freak of nature. And he's a snub from this past year. And then talking about players who who weren't like this wasn't their first ballot, whatever, but still got snubbed. I mean, Zach Thomas, what are we doing, man? Zach Thomas needs to go to the Hall of Fame. Like that is a snub if I've ever seen one. London Fletcher, I know his time's for to go is already passed for sure. He's just riding the ballot every year. He needs to go. Like, what are we doing, man? I don't know, man.
Who chooses the ballots? Like, who chooses the vote?
There's a committee.
Are they old as shit?
Probably.
I would assume so. Yeah, I couldn't tell you for sure.
Throw
but-
some youngins in there, and you'll start getting these good players.
Right. Next thing that we have here involving the Super Bowl, man, is OBJ, dude. Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Looks like a torn ACL. Same knee, same team.
I wanted to get y'all's opinion. This is one of the things I want to get off my chest. I want to get y'all's opinion on this. 2 things. 1, should turf be banned in the NFL due to all the non-contact injuries?
I feel like it should be considered. I'm not intelligent enough to put the hard yes or no on that, but I feel like it could be considered. Yeah.
I mean, look what they used to play on. Damn near carpets. I could see them banning it.
I could see them doing it as well, but I don't always agree with it because, yes, it may. I don't know what the percentage or the stats are with as far as like, I mean, people got to carry some kind of stats for that, but
Stat that.
I mean, it could happen regardless, right? If you're playing on grass, and there's a hole or there's a dip in the ground and you step in it, same thing could happen.
Yeah.
But in the second thing, I think if Odell would have stayed in that game and been cooking fucking Eli Apple's ass like he did in that first 2 drives, he very well could have been cut and been Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Odell was on fire. I agree with you.
Oh yeah, easy. Talk about the turf and the grass though. Remember what Ben's old football field used to look like? And the new one. Which one would you rather play on?
The new one.
Exactly, that's turf.
Yeah.
I mean, other one looked like they just built it on a hill.
Even Bryant. I mean, look at Bryant's old field. It would literally look like a freaking war zone. People were just dropping grenades and stuff out there.
Looking like the Oakland Raiders with the baseball field.
So, I forgot about that.
So it is what it is. It's debatable, and I don't think they should because, like I said, it may be a higher percentage that
It
happens
just
on
looks
turf.
nicer. They're all about looking nice.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as injuries goes, like I said, there may be a higher percentage that happens on turf, but it can happen on grass. It can happen on AstroTurf or baseball fields.
It can happen when you walk out this door.
For real.
That's true.
I hope it don't, but it could.
Yeah,
It could happen when you walk into the locker room.
yeah. I mean,
You got the little slidey plastic that they put down so that way you don't slide, but you slide even more.
yeah, especially with cleats on.
Yep.
You ever been in I mean, Alex, you said you played football, right? And Tyler, you played a little bit of football, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Wearing cleats with those like you couldn't do it.
No.
If you try to walk on, like if you were standing on the sideline, which don't get me wrong, I spent a lot of time on the sideline, standing there, right?
Damn.
With cleats on. If you try to move and get water, you're gonna bust your ass 100%.
See, that's why they got people bringing water to you now.
So,
You gotta call that drone in and drop off that
Right.
Gatorade
For real,
for you.
Right. Well, with OBJ's injury, man, that's going to be a tough one to come back from this part. Tearing it at this time of the year.
especially in a contract year.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough, dude. Well, when it comes to the contract year, he did say that he would be willing to give Rams like a very heavy discount just because he loves it there.
Yeah.
So he'd probably be taking like the veterans pay, like taking like a Tom Brady sort of contract. Like, yo, just pay me dirt cheap, just let me stay here.
Which very well could happen.
Yeah.
Give him a 2-year contract with a second year as an option.
Right.
Pay him the minimum, and then to where pretty much next year would be another contract year and see what he does.
You're going to see him go back to LSU and ask for that money back he gave the college.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
How do you guys think Goff's feeling about this right now?
Well, Goff also went to the Super Bowl.
He did. But how
He didn't do nothing, but he went.
I mean, how do you think he feels? Like, first year he got kicked out and replaced with Stafford. They go on and win a Super Bowl.
Well, you know what he's feeling right now? Please draft a quarterback so I can get out of Detroit.
That's probably
I
true.
I think that would be his mindset.
He's like, send me to Tampa.
That would be,
Bailey Zapp, future Lions quarterback, calling it now.
I hope not.
It obviously won't be first round. They're going to draft fucking Aiden, but like in one of the later rounds,
They
the
draft 32nd pick.
They do, yeah. Second, Bailey Zapp, first rounder.
I don't know. With the way quarterbacks are going to go, he's probably going to be 7th rounder.
I mean, hey, I've got like 4 quarterbacks going in my first round mock.
I had to fight to get 4.
I think I have 3.
Now,
I think maybe. No, I have 3. I have Malik, Matt, and Malik.
Malik, Matt, and Malik.
Malik.
bro, what?
I have Kenny, Matt, and Malik.
Okay. I got Kenny, Matt, Sam, and Malik. I got Sam going first. I got Sam going high, too.
I got Matt, Kenny, and Malik. So I only got 3.
I think for me, I know I had Kenny going 6th overall to Carolina.
See, I had Matt going 11 to.
And then I had Sam, I think, going number 9 to Denver. Matt Corral going, I think, 11 to Washington, and Malik going to New Orleans at 18.
New Orleans, I don't.
Let's be honest, they're probably not keeping Jameis. Let's be real on that. They're negative
I'm
like
talking
89 million.
Talking about Bookie.
Dude, no one
Ian
gives a
Book.
fuck about
Okay.
Ian Book.
Okay, but I also mentioned Dougie Davis Mills, and y'all laughed at me. And look, they're about to keep him. He's about to be the franchise quarterback.
Ian Book is not going to be the quarterback.
They ain't got no damn money or no coach. Well, they do got a coach now,
Yeah,
but they ain't
Dennis
got no
Allen.
money.
They don't
Okay.
have money. That's why you draft a guy, rookie contract.
Bro, he's still on his rookie. He was a rookie this year.
I mean, they're going to have to draft people anyway, so they're going to make the room to sign people.
Draft around him.
Then no one wants to draft around Ian Book. This is only in your fantasy Madden land.
Draft around him.
Just go play Madden.
That's
all right?
what
and build
Hu-
a franchise around him.
That's what Houston's about to do with Dougie Mills.
Yeah.
Long neck.
For now.
Let's see here. I have Sam Howell, which the 32 picks not going to be the Rams, I guess.
No, it's gonna be
Lions.
Detroit.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
With the Stafford trade.
Really? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I
That
didn't
makes
know.
sense. Why it's the Rams and the Lions.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I just didn't know. Whatever.
No, you put it on the.
No, I have it on the Rams as my
I think
mock.
you both had it as the Rams.
No, I had it as Detroit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I may not have put that on the mock draft.
Where I fucked up was I didn't put the first two, the Jets and the Giants. I didn't put the from Chicago and Seattle. So
I
that's
noticed
why my mock looks a little funky at the beginning.
So I had Sam Howell going 32 to the Rams because I think they're prepared to get a backup for Stafford, but whatever. And then I had
Man, you had Occam.
Kenny Pickett going to 20 to the Steelers, and then Matt Corral going 18 to the Saints. Those are the three quarterbacks I had going.
Damn.
But like I said, honestly, if a professional analyst like Mel Kiper saw my draft, it would be like, "You're fucking stupid."
Mel Kiper's fucking stupid, so I don't want to hear it from him.
But the way I did my mock draft is I really try to keep quarterbacks and running backs out of it because I really don't think any of them should be drafted in the first round. Only one I see is maybe Breece Hall.
Kenneth Walker would be the only one I would say in the first
I
round.
actually have Breece Hall number one in my running
Same,
back
me too.
rankings.
I got Breece Hall. I got Kenny third, but I got him as the first running back off. Just because
So-
I feel like if Tampa does take a running back, because Fournette's,
Garbage.
he said, "Fuck y'all, we're going to Buffalo."
You wish.
I seen some stuff. Okay, I seen they were cooking something.
Honestly, I
seen
think the Bills would be
Seen it.
better off drafting a Breece Hall in the second round than
tired of
fucking-
drafting these second, third, fourth, fifth round running backs, and
Never do anything.
yeah.
That's how you get in the position you're in now with Zach Moss and Devin Singletary.
We need a stud so that way they don't have to be
Stud.
Hey, look,
the go-to.
I like the way you said stud.
as your friend and being your friend for a long time.
CJ Spiller.
No.
Did we draft Marshawn?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, see, if we're going to draft somebody, we need to draft somebody like Marshawn where we know he's going to be good, not draft these CJ Spillers because of his name. Okay.
True. But
we need to go back to the Pac-12, get us a running
as an
back.
associate fan, that's what I'm gonna call myself, an associate
said
Bill
associate.
fan. An associate Bill fan.
Bill fan. Bilfin.
I said Bill fan. Come on now.
boy.
I think Saquon has a big chance of going to the Bills.
I do too.
As a Bills fan and a we are a
Giants
Penn
fan.
State fan and a Giants fan. God damn, man. let's keep this shit in the family, man. Send them over to Buffalo. Fuck it. We can use somebody
I think that'd be a great fit.
Anybody-
I think it would.
Florida
I
State.
think that'd be a great fit as well.
if he stays healthy.
That's true. That's the main thing is he
Which-
going to stay healthy?
I mean, if he does get hurt,
Bills offensive line is a lot better than the Giants offensive line.
and we're gonna draft offensive line in the first round, so that way he gets a little protection, a little bit more. But I don't know, man. Send Saquon over there, dude. It's like whenever we got Shady. I mean,
Right.
go ahead, get you a little all-pro running back. Just got to stay healthy. That's it.
Speaking of staying healthy, what do you guys think about Burrow's career with this fucking O-line they got right now? This is ridiculous, man. They got to get some shit fucking addressed.
You know, I saw this thing that said, look out for Burrow being Andrew Luck 2.0.
I saw that too. And dude, I think I was the one that shared that.
Yeah.
Because the comments of the amount of people where the point went right over their head is unreal. Where everyone's just like, Burrow's already made it further than Luck. It's just like, oh, I missed where Luck was 90 seconds away from a Super Bowl victory. I'm like, you literally missed the fucking point. Like, you literally missed the fucking point of that.
Man.
Like, if you don't protect this man, he's going to have a short career. That's the point.
Yeah.
Like, he was sacked 7 times in the Super Bowl. Only, I think, once in the AFC Championship game. Cool. They tightened it up there. 9 times against the Titans, 2 times against the Raiders. 52 times during the regular season for a grand total of 70 times for the regular season and postseason for the 2021 and 2022 season.
Almost broke a Super Bowl record with most times.
Yeah, he tied it. He tied it because Roger Staubach had 7. But, like, and also just, like, in terms of most sacked, like in a season, I think he was now the number 3 most sacked quarterback of all time in a single season. 70 sacks, man. You got to get this shit together.
They put that Chase pick. They put it all in like the Rams. They're like, we're gonna pick Chase. We're gonna try to make that Super Bowl run and try to figure out the line later.
And they did not do it.
It kind of worked out, but
I mean,
man,
look,
he just needed another second.
The way I see it, they were literally 2 seconds away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were.
So obviously it was the right pick.
It's gonna be a right pick later on down the road too.
Yeah, it will be.
100%. But they're right. I mean, I would be completely happy with them spending the first 4 picks on fucking linemen this year.
Hold on, what was their picks last year?
I know they drafted an O lineman in the 2nd round, but I don't think the dude even played at all throughout this season. Because I looked at his name, I'm like, who the fuck are you? I follow the draft pretty tight, but I don't even know who you are.
Damn. Okay, so they did take Jackson Carman from Clemson. Yeah, no clue who he is. That's a hell of a pick, Evan McPherson in the 5th round.
Yep.
They did draft a center. Did he play? Trey Hill?
He might have played.
Maybe. Yeah,
But they drafted him when they could have drafted Creed, because I think Creed was rookie, right? So
Creed was a solid stud.
Creed was a beast this year.
Was Creed 1st or 2nd round?
That's a great question. I think Creed might have been 1st round, actually. Humphrey, yeah, he might have been 1st rounder.
Because he went to I think he went last pick. Let's see.
He might have, yeah. Now, since he needs to get the O-line together, dude, or it's legit, like, Burrow is not going to have a long career. I mean, once again, like, he hurt his knee in the Super Bowl. We all saw that. Looked very painful. He didn't come out, though. And thankfully, it's not like an ACL tear or anything, but he will require rehab. But he'll still be on track for some off-season activities from what I saw. But, man, you got to protect this man. I mean, this guy's a stud, flat out.
What hurts the Bengals is that this year is not the greatest free agent pool when it comes to offensive linemen.
Well, hey, as long as they don't get tagged, Taron Armstead is set to be an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, but I mean, there's really like 2 people, and then it's a giant fall off. So
right, yeah, that's true. That's true. It is a fall off after 2. But hey, if they can snag Taron from New Orleans, that'd be a hell of a pickup.
Which we know he's going to be there because they're not going to have the money to re-sign him.
Yeah, yeah. New Orleans has got to figure out. They got a lot of problems they got to figure out.
I mean, they still have the whole Michael Thomas ordeal.
Yeah, yeah.
So they took this Jackson Carman at 46 overall.
Okay.
Creed was 63rd, second to last pick of the 2nd round. 17 picks they whiffed on. They also had some pretty solid guys in between, though. Like, let's see, where's he at? Sam Cossie went to Washington. He's from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty solid. Aaron Banks went 2 picks later to San Fran. I don't know if he played or not. Yeah, they whiffed on that one.
So, speaking of the draft, I watched Draft Day for the first time.
Good movie.
Pretty solid, ain't it?
Yep, pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good movie, dude. I enjoy that movie. Let's hit our award winners real quick. Does any of these shock you guys? Because I feel like every single one makes complete and utter perfect sense. Defense Player of the Year, T.J. Watt. Defense Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons. Offense Player of the Year, Jamar Chase. Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. Coach, Mike Vrabel. Offense Player of the Year, Cooper Kupp. MVP, Aaron Rodgers. And Walter Payton Man of the Year, Andrew Whitworth. Shout out to him. What a way to potentially end his career if he is retiring. But any of those awards, everything look pretty straight. Looks straight to me.
Yeah, I think pretty much this segment is going to be pretty quick. I completely agree with everyone.
Yeah.
I think there should have been some people like having better arguments, but I think the people that should have won or that won should have won. So.
Yeah, I agree to that. All right, where do we want to go from here, boys? We got the Dolphins, the drama there, drama in Arizona, and we got the Packers. Where do we want to go?
Did you mention McVay, the youngest head coach?
No, but yeah, Sean McVay, youngest head coach, won a Super Bowl.
Did you see he's thinking about?
There's no chance. No chance. This dude lives and breathes football. There's no chance.
I know. You can ask him about a play like 12 years ago. He'll tell you.
I know, dude. His memory is unbelievable. That video, those videos where they're quizzing him, it's just like this season, this game, this time, what happens, and he nails it perfectly. I'm like, you're a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Just if he's a little bit taller, he could have been an NFL player.
Yeah, no. Hey, best high school player in Georgia beating out Calvin Johnson. Think about that for a minute.
That's wild.
That is wild. That is fucking insane to think about.
That's something right there.
Anyway, where do we want to go, boys? We got 3 different things lined up here to finish off the show.
Oh, let's go Dolphins. And then end with the Packers and whatever is in the middle.
All right. Well, apparently the Dolphins owner could potentially lose ownership of the team on an owner vote if the allegations are true and he was actually paying $100K to lose games, which also we should clarify because we already did talk about this last week. That deal, apparently, that happened in 2019. That did not happen this past season. The allegations that are stated were for 2019, he was telling Brian to lose games for $100K, which would line up to 2020 draft for them to be able to draft 5th overall where they got Tua. So I think he was trying to get even higher. I think he was trying to get like a number 1 and get Joe potentially because that's the same class, right? Joe and Tua.
Yes. No.
Yeah, 2 years. No, it would have been.
No, that's not
2020 class.
Who was the number 1 overall pick in 2020? I'm drawing a blank.
So 2020.
Yeah.
Well, 2020 would have been Joe.
Okay, then yeah, it's that class because that's Joe, Justin, and Tua.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, Tua was the year before that though, wasn't he? I thought Tua was
Joe, Tua, Justin. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's 2020. So yeah, 2019 is apparently when this took place. So if these allegations end up being true,
Jordan Love.
Okay.
Yeah, he was also in that one. Yeah. If these allegations being true, dude, he could lose ownership of the team. We got a new owner down in Miami. That's fucking wild. Absolutely wild. What's your boys' thoughts on this situation?
I think if it's true, I mean, I guess this kind of comes down to you got caught kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sure there's other franchises out there, Cleveland. There's some franchises out there that have probably done some of that.
They're probably doing it now.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got caught. You have to own up to it. You out of there. Sorry.
Yeah. Flat out, point blank, simple. I mean, that does ultimately. Let's be real. We know teams tank.
Yeah,
we know they do.
That's why they need a lottery system.
I still don't like the lottery, but we know teams tank. Okay, but for it to be like this, where it's out in the open, that's rough. That's rough.
My thing is, if you're gonna get caught, don't get caught for a measly $100,000. I'm talking. You need to send the books at this man. Give him $500K for a loss. You got it.
Jesus Christ.
100,000. Come on now. That's chump change.
Because you got to think the only way.
The
only way he could really do that.
Just 1.6.
The only way you could do that and not really get caught is just by making stupid play calls.
No, hey man,
because you can't.
Here's your new car.
Yeah, you can't really go. You can't go up to your quarterback. Hey, you got to throw this.
Hey,
sorry,
got to throw an interception.
Let's be on the 1 yard line. Let's go. Let's go throw the ball. Let's go.
Oh my God!
Let's not score. Let's throw the ball.
God! You had to bring it up.
You had to hurt my feelings. Huh?
You had to bring it up.
Hey,
I guess
perfect timing. Come on.
I guess Seahawks aren't even my number 1 team. They're a top 5 team, and I don't think I will ever get over that for the rest of my life.
I guess I can kind of. I guess he fired a shot, right? I got fired one back.
Fire him, man. Fire him. I like it.
So if you ever mention the Bills in Super Bowl, at least you know they lost.
Yeah, that's true.
At least you know they went 4 straight.
There will
still lost.
There will never be a question of like who won that Bills Cowboys Super Bowl.
That's right.
Yeah, we got blown out them. Hey, guess what though? He ain't score on that fumble. He ain't score on a fumble because Don Beebe said, "I'm gonna turn the brakes on. We're gonna tap the ball out at the 1 yard line. Come on now."
All right, well, let's talk about the drama in Arizona because this popped out.
I love it.
It popped out of nowhere because we talked about it, I think, last week where Kyler Murray deleted all of his pictures and unfollowed Arizona socials. So reported by Chris Mortensen, apparently that Kyler Murray is described as self-centered, immature, and a finger pointer per sources. Murray is frustrated by the franchise and embarrassed by the playoffs loss to the Rams and thinks that he is framed as a scapegoat. Cardinals, however, they do expect things to calm down. So I guess they kind of just view it as like an angry teenager. It's like, oh, he'll get over it sort of thing. And Kyler's still be their quarterback. Some veterans are hoping to reach out to Kyler and try to help him handle adversity better, as well as Cliff apparently doing some self-scouting on where he can provide better alternates for his quarterback. Kyler did also put out a statement yesterday or today. I think it was today about it.
No, it was yesterday.
Okay. And he didn't obviously address this too much other than just kind of saying, it's like, if you ever play with me, that you know how I am, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, this is a wild situation if it's true. I mean, I feel like Chris Mortensen, that's a pretty strong report there, in my opinion. That's up to the levels of like an Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport.
This is
how we know it's true. If it's like Adam.
This is how I know it's true. And with I know this being true, there's kind of a good side and bad side to it, right? I think he's so passionate about football and so high on himself that it kind of backfires on him, that he does get this self-centered kind of thing. But I'm not doubting his football passion. But you got to think all the way back to Texas A&M and then to Oklahoma. You cannot sit here and tell me, oh, that there's no way he was that type of player.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it in college. So damn well, we know that he's that type of player. He's just, but I think on, like I said, the good side or the back side of that, I think it's just because he's passionate. He wants to win. He's been made fun of for being 5'5" all year. So
a little baby.
So I mean, it comes with a chip on his shoulder. But then again, as a professional quarterback and a franchise quarterback for a franchise like that, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, you gotta bring it in, dude. You gotta stop the immature stuff, like what you're saying, like deleting all the photos. That's just immature to me. That really is. That's very immature. Just to do it completely out of nowhere. It's all right. Let me just go ahead and delete everything Arizona Cardinals. Unfollow the socials.
Did you see J.J. Watt though? He's like, man,
I did, yeah. I did see that video.
He's like, man, I don't know what colors. I don't know if we're friends or not anymore.
Yeah,
he deleted me.
Yeah, he's just like, I tried to FaceTime. He didn't answer. I don't know if we're friends anymore. Did he unfollow me from socials? Or is he just out to dinner?
Man.
And did you guys also see what Arizona's clapback to this is too? Like on Instagram, they deleted every photo on their Instagram except for the exact same Pro Bowl photo that Kyler has put up and a photo of when they drafted Kyler. That is the only thing that's on their Instagram right now.
That's tough, dude.
Jesus.
Well, the Super Bowl's in Arizona next year, so
I know.
let him leave. That way we won't have to suffer through another.
Why is this suffering for you? I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I really don't, because
you are making the biggest deal about this,
and a lot of people are. It's not just Tyler.
Here's the thing, though. So the NBA and baseball, they play a series at home.
Yes.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay with me. But why would you put a Super Bowl in a designated spot to basically,
because all 32 teams bid on those 5 years in advance.
Okay, but
if not longer.
But here's the thing, though. You put that in place so that way a team is not in the Super Bowl at home for that home field advantage.
Well, how do you fix it then?
Well,
go to Buffalo every year. Come on now.
Okay, look, no one's gonna go to cities like Buffalo or Green Bay or
Detroit.
Chicago.
Put it in Detroit. They got a dome.
It's been to Detroit before.
Just put
it's been a while.
Every year. Detroit, until Chicago gets a dome. Then it's Chicago.
We are getting our dome. So.
That's tough.
You are making the biggest deal about this, and I just don't see it. I really
hate
don't.
it, man. I think it's because the teams, like Tom Brady, does not need to play at home to win a Super Bowl.
See, this is going to be his tune now, right? But if, let's say, in some alternate universe, the Bills get a dome and they host the Super Bowl, and the Bills go to the Super Bowl, Tyler's going to be on cloud nine.
Home field advantage with the snow and the wind, because you know how that building is underneath.
How'd that home field advantage work out for you against the Patriots on Monday night?
And guess what, though? Guess what happened the next game? Blow their ass out. Come on,
that's not answering my question.
We cannot stop the run, okay? We knew this was going to happen. We cannot stop the run. Okay, that's the only thing. That's the only excuse I got. We suck at. How we going to know a team's going to run 46 out of 49 plays?
By checking the weather.
By scheduling Army.
Stepping outside, and then also 15 runs in, realizing they ran 15 downs in a row and be like, hey, they're probably going to run it all game. They're probably going to run it all game.
Well, our rush defense was pretty horrible. Okay. You can just ask Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor.
You guys need to get together, that rush defense.
Isn't it
drafting all
ironic
lines.
that the Bills' problems are running back and run defense?
Right? Bills will get it together eventually.
Well, we used to only be a running team when we ain't had no quarterback. Now we got a quarterback that can run, so we don't need no running. You know? But now we need a running back because he's not running as much.
The Bills are a fucking joke right now.
Dude, we are solid at one thing and then just hella mediocre at the other things.
You were the best, worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's a statement.
We're number one in the best team, and we're number one in the worst team. Our highs are highs, and our lows are worse than Jacksonville, evidently.
Oh, shit. All right. Let's hit our final topic. All right, so to no surprise here, the Packers are prepared to go all in to keep Aaron Rodgers this
They said
season.
fuck money.
Yeah, basically. That's really what they're doing. I mean, some people are referencing it as like the Drew Brees approach, which is ignoring their cap issues, which obviously the Saints did for like 3 years in a row, with a win now mentality. I mean, Aaron Rodgers wins back-to-back MVPs. I mean, naturally they're going to do their best to keep him. Yeah. Now, here's a serious question that comes out of this. Is Jordan Love one of the worst draft picks in like NFL history or Packers history? Because, they draft Jordan, and then Aaron puts up these back-to-back MVP seasons. Now they're all in to keep him, and this is going to be Jordan's third year of his 4-year rookie deal, with obviously a fifth. Like, is Jordan Love the worst pick?
I
they've
don't
ever
think
made?
so. I
Not
don't think
the
so.
worst pick.
I don't think so because of this. For one, we've seen glimpses of him, and he's played well. We've seen glimpses of him playing not well, but that's a given for a backup quarterback that doesn't get a lot of first-team snaps. And as far as Aaron, I think he's going to make his decision immediately after the draft. Maybe, well, because he said he's going to make his.
But he's going to try to make
draft?
it before free agency.
Before free agency. But honestly, well, I can see that because he's got to go up to the owners and be like, hey, what is your plan to get me fucking players?
Yeah, like what are you going to do to be able to keep Devontae? Because Devontae's set up for a contract.
Because I guarantee Hackett's texting him and be like, hey, you come over to Denver, we'll bring Adams, we'll bring...
right, we'll bring whoever you want.
Yeah, we'll bring whoever you want.
I'll suck your dick right now.
Yeah, for real. We'll try to get you every pick you want in the draft. Like, you'll be like my assistant GM here. Like, we'll get it done. So Green Bay has got to do that kind of same thing and be like, hey, this is what our plan is. If you don't like it, let's talk. Let's see what we adjust here. Because if not, no matter what, he's out of there.
Right.
Because I'm sure he's hearing all this stuff about him and that he's not that quarterback, he's not that guy, and he's wanting to win. That's his main priority right now. And if he's not in an organization that has that same plan for him, he's going to leave regardless of whatever money he throws at him. Because he's made more than enough money in his entire career.
Yeah, I don't think he's stressing about the money right now.
And then going back to the worst pick, I'd have to put Eddie Lacy there. Sorry.
Eddie Lacy had like one good year.
And it's not even really on the Packers. It's on Eddie Lacy.
100%. That's on Eddie. Yeah. No, I will say this: like if Aaron does stick with the Packers this next season, I would consider Jordan one of the worst Packer draft picks.
I just looked it up. The worst picks, right? There's a guy named Justin Harrell they took in the first round. He had 11 tackles his first year. His second year, he was hurt, so he's on the IR all year. His third year, he got hurt in the first game, out for the rest of the year, and then they released him.
So that's like a Kevin White situation.
Hey, Kevin White, that's tough.
I know, trust me. And also, I'm having my memories are unlocking right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tony Mandrick was drafted by the Packers, right? Because that's considered one of the top 5 biggest busts in NFL history.
Tony, yep.
Yeah, I think he was second overall to the Packers because it was like that top 5 is fucking stupid. That top 5 is number 1 Troy Aikman, number 2 Tony Mandrick, number 3 I think that number 3 was Derek Thomas. Yeah, Derek Thomas is his name, and then number 4 was Barry Sanders, and number 5 is Dion.
Barry was 3.
Barry was 3, so Derek was 4, right?
Who was 6?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember.
You're right, because 6 through 10 were trash.
Yeah, that's a top 5 though.
So that's tough. 4 of the 5 players, Hall of
Hall of
Famers,
Fame, then you're a bust.
Yeah.
You're one of the
Well, he was an offensive tackle. Come
not
on.
only were you a bust, you were one of the top 5 busts in NFL history. Like, that's tough.
But is it a bust because he was bad, or is it bust because he was compared to the other 4 picks?
Oh,
Let's
he was
look at
bad.
it. Let's look at his
Because like he was like hard on roids, like fucking hard, and that's the only thing that made him good at Michigan State, I think, is that he was just fucking. He was called the Incredible Bulk, if I remember correctly, and when he got to the NFL, he was just outplayed. Like, this is all it was. He was outplayed. Apparently, he ended his career with a couple of decent seasons protecting Peyton in Indy. Yeah. You know, when Peyton was a rookie, but like it wasn't like an all Pro Bowler. He was just like, I'm doing my job.
I'm actually working out for real now.
Yeah, I'm not
using
just doing steroids. Yeah, this dude was so hard on roids. Same thing with is it his name Chris Bosworth? I think that got trucked by Earl Campbell. Brian Bosworth. Dude was he was hard on roids too in college, and then he gets to the pros and just gets fucking embarrassed.
Man,
yeah, there's a big.
You watched that 30 for 30 of them?
I probably did a long time ago.
Pretty solid.
No,
pretty solid.
But no, with the Jordan Love thing, man. If Aaron Rodgers does come back, let's say that he even comes back for another year after that. I mean, that's tough. What do you do with Jordan? I will say this: if Aaron does come back this season, it would not necessarily shock me if Jordan was trying to demand a trade.
Honestly, you would have to. Because, at that point, you probably got Aaron for another, 3 years minimum? And I wouldn't call Jordan Love a bust because we haven't really seen him play.
Right.
It's not his fault for having a possible Hall of Fame quarterback in front of him. There's no way you're going to get playing time like that. So, trade him. If he plays horrible, then, yeah, he's in conversation. But who knows? He could go somewhere.
I'm just trying to figure out the Packers' logic by taking Jordan Love.
Well,
Aaron had a down year.
And they thought that he was only going to get worse. And when Aaron Rodgers said, "Fuck off me, I'm going to go back-to-back MVPs," and
Aaron's down year is still better than probably Jordan Love's high year.
That's true.
but that's not really fair to Jordan Love, because Aaron Rodgers' down year is a lot better than a lot of people's high years.
That's true.
Regardless of who you are.
Yeah, that is very, very true.
What year was that again?
2020.
2020.
Well, you talking about the down year?
No, his the draft.
Yeah, it's 2020.
2020. Okay, let's look at.
He went like 13 or something like that.
Oh, no, he was in the 20s, like 26. Yeah.
Let's see who they could have got besides Jordan Love.
That's always the interesting question. Who could you have gotten to help Aaron?
Let's see. Let's look at these quarterbacks that got drafted after, obviously, not before. So the next quarterback was Jalen Hurts. Maybe. And then you got, damn, you're going way down here for the next one. Eventually, somebody's going to pop up.
Just look at the skill players and who they could have got to help him.
Like who went in the first round right after?
Who are the running backs? Who are the receivers?
Because you got to keep in mind.
Okay, let's go back.
You got to keep in mind. Green Bay traded up for Jordan. That's the thing. That was the big talking point of the Packers taking Aaron when Brett was still there, because Aaron fell to them. They didn't have to move for him.
So in the first round only?
Yeah. Just and some of the second, just notable players. What we got
after him?
Notable players.
Patrick Quinn. Well, that's not gonna help him. Isaiah Wilson. No,
I feel like that would help them.
Defense.
Yeah, that defense. Okay. That defense needs some help.
Let's go. Let's just do this. Jordan Brooks went 27th. Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen would have been a good pick.
All right, yeah. Isaiah Wilson, that man that got released. Offensive tackle, trash.
From the Titans.
Garbo. Noah.
Give it your best shot. As I sure as shit I'm not.
The Auburn cornerback, okay? Okay. Jeff Gladney and Clyde.
Patrick Queen would have been a good pick.
Okay, and then the first pick, actually, boy, they were cooking on these first 4 picks. T. Higgins.
That would have been
definitely
a big grab.
Okay,
yeah.
Michael Pittman, definitely
a big grab.
DeAndre Swift should have been in fucking Green Bay. Xavier McKinney, pretty fucking solid if you ask me.
Yep.
I don't know who this Kyle Duggar dude is, but he got drafted by New England, so. And he went to Lenore Ryan.
So, that's 5.
And then Yetur Gross Matos. Penn State, we are.
So that's 5-6 people out of the next 10 picks that could have helped him a lot more than what Jordan Love did.
2 picks later, Jonathan Taylor.
There you go.
Laviska Shenault, Cole Kmet, Boyd, Delpit, Winfield, Hamler. Dude,
honestly,
Chase Claypool. Come on now.
Honestly, out of all these picks you're naming, like the most logical ones where it's like, yeah, they should have grabbed him. Was T. Higgins or Patrick Queen. Based on like, how they were coming into the draft, and everything, T. Higgins or Patrick Queen is who they should have drafted, which I'm sure all Packers fans have already ran through this 1,000 times.
If I'm not mistaken, that year that they drafted and that following year, like the following season after that, wasn't it the year that Aaron Jones got hurt for a significant time, or was it the year before the draft?
I'm gonna let you know this right now. They picked A.J. Dillon in the second round.
Yeah, they did. They did grab it. A.J.
Not a bad pick.
I mean, he's pretty solid. And then the third round they took, a tight end from Cincy.
But would you have had A.J. Dillon or Jonathan Taylor?
Bingo.
I mean,
could have got Jonathan Taylor in the first round.
Yeah.
Could.
They flopped on that one a lot. Dude, that draft was terrible, man.
Well, this is going to be like the first draft, I think, since Aaron has gotten like really full control, where it's like they're really listening to everything that he says. So maybe if he does stick around with the Packers, we'll see it reflected in the draft.
I think no matter who he goes to, he's going to be reflected in the draft, because I think that's the number one. That's the number one thing to draw him to you, is being like, hey, you can be in the war room with us and letting us know like who you think we need to get you in the spot to where we can win. So,
yeah, because the quarterback's definitely not going to the Broncos if you get Aaron Rodgers.
For real,
right?
Then you're gonna start looking at like linemen, somebody to protect them. I don't know what y'all's line looking like in Denver, but
we're not too far off.
Could always look better with Charles Cross from Mississippi State.
That's true.
I agree.
And
I think that's actually who I have him picking.
I mean, even if you don't get Aaron Rodgers, that might be a solid pick, other than a quarterback.
I mean, even then,
somebody's going to be available.
Even then, I mean, you got Desmond Ridder possibly fall into round 2. I mean, there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks available in 2 and 3. That's just as good as guys other than Kenny Pickett in round 1.
And then you have the future Hall of Famer Bailey Zapp going in a later round.
I mean, if you just want to pick somebody up, sit him behind Lock.
I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer.
Sit him behind Josh Allen,
Yeah, he's a future Hall of Famer. So
behind Long Neck,
Oh my God, fuck! What is up with you and Long Neck? You have such a hard on for this guy.
I mean, look at the Long Neck. No, I'm just kidding. Dude was killing it in Stanford though. But how y'all feel about Carson Wentz? Potentially
that is right.
Or released.
Didn't even have that on the script. Yeah, Carson Wentz.
Well, I got to talk about the Colts,
Yeah, who gives a shit? Yeah, Carson Wentz looked to be traded or released before a certain day where his contract becomes fully guaranteed.
That's some
one and done with his former coach. Let's keep that in mind.
The guy that loved him.
Yep.
And that he loved. Didn't work out. What pick the Colts got?
They don't have one. They traded it for Carson. Philadelphia's got 3 in the first round. Thanks to the Miami trade they did at whatever point, and then their own pick and the Indianapolis pick. They have 2 picks back to back. I think it's 15-16.
Yeah, they do. Let's look at the picks that they do have. 47th overall. Think quarterback's going to be there?
I mean, look, Indy's going to just go out and grab someone. They're going to get someone.
Best available. That's what they're going to go after.
I mean, no, they're going to get someone like in free agency or a trade is what they're going to do.
Kyler Murray.
Jameis Winston.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Deshaun Watson. Russell Wilson.
Deshaun Watson ain't going nowhere. Come on now.
He
going to prison.
I don't know.
he going to prison.
That man said, empty my bank account if I ain't got to go to prison. Come on now.
I mean, fair and accurate.
Damn it.
But where do you think Carson Wentz falls somewhere? And if so, where?
Tampa. Just because he ain't ever played in the
I think it'd be a good fit.
They got a good O-line where he won't.
He's literally been North Dakota State, Philly, Indy. He's been in these cold places. Put some damn heat on him. See what happens.
See, my thing with Jared Goff.
Or he's going to Seattle.
The thing that makes me upset with Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, I think they both have very high potential. but I don't know what it is with coaching
Their
or
systems
players.
are trash.
They are getting.
They need Bill O'Brien.
Oh my God.
They are.
I mean, look at Hackenberg. Come on now. Probably not one of the best. He was a pretty solid freshman when he had Bill O'Brien, and then, mediocre.
at best.
And what's sad about Carson is that this guy was an MVP. Like, he was before he got hurt. Once he got hurt,
And it was Nick Foles' time.
it was just never the same, bro.
I think teams need to seriously consider that. Sign a starter, sign Nick Foles, play the starter 6 games, get him hurt, bring in Nick Foles.
Look at Chicago.
Chicago tried that.
They say we know. You know what? He's not even gonna be the backup. You're gonna be the third string. You know. Who's y'all starter? Oh, it was Andy.
Andy. Yeah.
Man, y'all had 3 starting quarterbacks on y'all team.
And we're still fucking garbage.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. Damn it.
Yo,
nigga.
it's Matt's fault.
It is, man.
We've seen that more than enough by this point.
Man.
Allen Robinson putting out that response to someone where it's just
Coming
like,
to Buffalo.
you know, if they can figure it out, I would like to keep Allen, but you know they got to figure it out. They got to figure out if Allen, because Allen was very obviously disgruntled with the coaching system. That's very clear at this point. So if they can figure it out, let's keep Allen so we don't have to go find another receiver to go alongside Darnell Mooney, and we already have one.
Got to reboot the whole system. You know?
Come on, man! I don't want a full reboot.
Y'all ain't got a first round pick.
Which,
no, we don't.
I talked to I played football with some guys on Sunday. I talked to a fellow Broncos fan.
Yeah, my boy. My cousin.
Mr. Jeff Allison. And
randomly my cousin. I don't even know how that worked out.
But I was talking to him, and
his grandma's last name was Honeysuckle, okay?
I was talking to him, and I was like, you know, I was looking at recent mock drafts, and they had Treylon Burks going number 9 overall to our Denver team. He's like, I would love that. And I was like, yeah, but I think I might like Charlie Cross a little bit better than that.
Yeah, he
don't get me wrong.
He said anybody but Pickett. That's what he told me. Anybody but Pickett.
He told me anybody but a quarterback.
Yeah.
Because he's when we were
is it Pickett or Matt
Corral. Yeah.
I can't remember which one. It was one of them. He said no.
Honestly,
I'm like, Charles Cross is going to be the pick. Okay.
Honestly, don't be surprised if Corral goes to Washington.
That's Washington getting a quarterback. Somebody got to lead the
Commanders.
I was gonna say the other word, but no, yeah, it's not. It's too early for that. You know, we gotta wait for them to bring out the bad word.
College top.
The Mandarins.
The Mandaroos.
What's that Star Wars? Mandalorians. That's what we'll start calling them. Mandalorians. The Red Hawks. Come on now.
Hey.
Missed opportunity.
Very.
Hey, it is what it is, though. Oh, you just gotta have a team in the Super Bowl, and the whole Arkansas will be like, "Hey, that's my team." Or have an Arkansas player on there.
They have 6 Arkansas Razorback players on that team.
Yeah, well, you know how all these people went for the Brandon Allens. They're like, Joe, get hurt, and then he gets hurt. They're like, Brandon Allen time, and Joe's like, there's 3 minutes left. Come on now, I ain't getting out this game.
But no, I think the second they would have signed on the dotted line Red Hogs, I would have been on NFLstore.com. I'm gonna get that.
They definitely would not take a quarterback this year because they would get KJ Jefferson next year if they would have went Red Hogs.
That would have been dope.
That would have been a fucking storyline.
That would have been a hell of a storyline.
Dude, KJ is gonna be pretty solid this year.
I think so. I think so too.
Cam Newton 2.0 is what I call him. He just needs to go a little bit quicker. Just a tad.
Who's a better passer at this point in the career, Cam or KJ?
Probably KJ. Cam was all the memories I have of Cam is breaking a tackle and then Derrick Henry and the shit all the way to the end zone. Just you break that
making
tackle,
a play.
You break the tackle and then you just hold R2 and
hold R2 and
go for it, man.
Gone.
It's like on 2K whenever you go to dunk and you just bang that button down like it dunks hard or something.
I swear, I remember back in the 2K days when we used to play Pro-Am, boy. My guy was a slasher. I was just slinging that stick up.
Be in there breaking controllers.
I
remember we used to play 2K whenever the Warriors changed their colors.
Oh yeah,
it was like, dude, this is some garbage ass color schemes and jerseys. That was like, what, 2K12, 13, 1, 11? I don't know.
When they went from like the dark like gold and blue to the
Rams colors.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that was Steph before Steph was Steph.
What's for dinner, Nut Boys? I want to wrap this up. I'm hungry.
I feel that.
Having chicken rice with a mushroom gravy.
This man is always having home cooked meals. You know that? I'm probably gonna have me some frozen pizza.
That's also
Red
acceptable.
Baron. I mean, it was like $1.77 at Kroger. It might have been $2.77.
I might do some shrimp.
But last night I had some fire carnitas. Ooh, boy, that shit was fire.
What I have last night? What'd you have for Super Bowl?
Just like a bunch of like appetizer foods.
Had hamburger sliders.
Yeah, same.
Solid.
And then tater tots, hot dogs,
So you had
chips.
an American Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, my family's fucking white as white can be.
And then you over here say carnitas and tortillas.
Carnitas and tortas.
Tortas.
I had spinach artichoke dip. I had some queso.
Yeah.
Some sliders, some pizza,
Okay.
some boneless wings.
What kind of pizza?
I just like some supreme pizza.
That's fire.
Yeah,
Nasty,
it's just
okay.
like and it's just like a bunch of appetizer type of foods. That's
See,
all I'm in for.
I had my special request was buffalo chicken dip. I got that shit. I got me a big ass, probably a whole plate worth. Probably, come think of it. Then I had me some cheese dip, obviously, and then some ham and cheese sliders.
Right on.
I wish I had it right now because that shit sounds so good.
It does. I'm hitting the music. I'm hungry.
But it's the first time we've had music. We ain't got no music on our podcast no more.
I mean, we still got them. I mean,
We could just be talking, just
You mean just randomly just start turning them on out of the blue, topic to topic?
be like, and now our next topic is
There you go.
something.
DJ Alex, light.
All right, I'm hitting the music for real though. We're gonna get out of here, boys. Last thoughts.
Ready for the draft, and I know these boys weren't gonna say shit. So ready for the draft, ready for free agency. Unfortunately, my mock draft did not go up Friday like I planned because my computer took a shit. So hopefully that can be up soon.
Must have had Taco Bell that day.
That's true.
Still recovering.
So yeah, excited. You know, we got 200 days until fucking college football. We got however many until pro football. So
The wait begins.
Wyoming's winning the Mountain West. Penn State's winning the Big Ten. Arkansas State's coming in last in the Sun Belt.
All right, that one's yeah.
Arkansas is coming in second in the SEC West.
Ooh.
Behind Auburn. Brian Harsin.
Oh my
You're
God.
coming back. Just kidding, Brian. You're fucked. That's a bad situation altogether.
I hope Vandy fucking smashes on.
That'd be some fucking shit, dude.
I hope to God.
Well,
Goddamn.
that was we've had a hell of a season, boys. I think we need to give ourselves another round of applause. We did it. Good season, boys.
I like it.
Good season. End of season 1 for Terrible Football Show. Terrible Football Show season 2 will kick off on what was it, March 3rd, I think.
March 3rd, 3-3.
March 3rd, 3-3. There you go.
3-3-2-2. Matt Day, what's up?
Yeah.
3-3-2-1. Because my birthday is the 24th. 21 days until my birthday.
Shout out. Happy birthday.
Mine is 6 days after him.
Shout out. Happy birthday.
So-
Happy birthday.
So that's
to
going
see
to be
it.
a solid week.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Like I said earlier,
We're getting old.
we will be on a break next week. Take a little 1 week break, and we'll be back for the kickoff of season 2, which is going to be all focused on the free agency, the draft, everything like that. And then we have our larger break coming up. But
And they
it's
can see us.
yeah, we'll be on video. Start of episode 23. Yeah, episode 23 will be the start of video. So pretty hype. With that said, guys, we do appreciate all the support throughout this entire season of of football. I mean, it's been a hell of a ride. Lots of good conversation points. Shout out to Shane for coming in, stepping with the show. Great co-host here. We got a good 3-man crew. Looking forward to seeing what the future is gonna involve. You know, what it's all gonna be involved for us. Merch store. Hey, we got Terrible Football Show merch on the way. I promise. Stay tuned. I think whenever we do launch the Terrible Football Show merch, I think we'll also probably put out a discount code. With the hey, go get some merch.
It should be called Trash.
It should be called
Promo code trash. Shane is done with us.
Damn. Guess I got outvoted before I could
Wait, what was your pitch gonna be?
ATFS.
See, that's also a good one. ATFS or trash. We'll make a Twitter poll. Make a Twitter poll.
Guys, side with me, guys. Come on now.
All right.
Or just garbage.
Trying to make this terrible football show a little less terrible.
Yeah.
But in that, I guess in saying that, thank you for listening to a
Terrible Football Show.
Fuck Buddy Hill.